morning, Belzer. I'm Sophia, and I'm here to bring you the latest in Belzer news. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Today is Thursday, August 18th. It is National Soft Serve Ice Cream Day. Today is also a silent reading day, which begins at the end of our broadcast. Today's lunch menu is potato crusted fish fillet, stuffed crust pizza, BLT chef salad with egg, ham, turkey, and cheese bagel, golden corn, tater tots, and coleslaw. In the news today, about 6.9 trillion gallons of rain fell on Louisiana between August 8th and August 14th. According to meteorologist Ryan Mew, that's enough to fill 10.4 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. The only female officer enrolled in the Marine Corps' infantry officer course has dropped out after failing to complete 2 conditioning hikes last month. Now to Claire with the sports and weather update.
Good morning, Bruins. Today's weather is going to be a high of 86 degrees and a low of 67 degrees and partly cloudy. In sports today, 8th grade football, volleyball, cross country, and boys soccer play at home. Girls soccer and 7th grade football play away. Come out and support Bruin athletes and cheer them on to victory. Now back to our anchor.
Thank you, Claire. Project Lead the Way still needs your help. Please collect lids of any size from plastic bottles such as water bottles, laundry detergent, and sports drinks. Drop off all lids to Miss Heck in room B106. There is a prize for anyone who brings in a full baggie. Congratulations to all 8th graders who have been invited to be in the National Junior Honor Society. Well done on last year's academic success. Remember that all applications are due by tomorrow. Please hand them in to Miss Sampson, D200. Here's today's interesting fact. The human nose can distinguish 1 trillion different scents. On this day in history in 1920, the 19th Amendment of the Constitution was officially adopted, giving women the right to vote. Our quote of the day is from Colin Powell, who once said, "Success is the result of perfection, hard work, learning from failure, loyalty, and persistence." Now to Mr. Harsha with the rest of your morning announcements. Have a great day, Bruins.
Good morning, Bruins. A couple quick announcements. First of all, on Tuesday, all 8th graders should have received their Chromebook. And then yesterday, which was Wednesday, 7th graders should have received their Chromebooks. Any students that did not receive their Chromebook, but today have their signed yellow policy and responsibility form, here in just a minute when I'm done speaking, college prep teachers, you can send them with a pass, please, and their ID down to the Media Center. Ms. Hawkins and our technology support team is still there, and they are going to just use this morning to get a few more of those out. After today, students, if you don't have your form in, after today you will just go to the technology room, which is in the main hallway down towards the A hallway. So again, in just a couple minutes when I'm done, college prep teachers, if you do have students that have their yellow form and did not get a device yet, you can send them down to the Media Center here in just a minute. Teachers, on that note about devices, I'm going to give you some time this morning to start working with your students on procedures as far as how you're going to check out those devices in the morning and how you're going to collect them in the afternoon. And I want to make sure I give you some time to practice those and explain that to your students. Teachers, I do want to make sure that you know that your charging cart comes with 2 plugs. One's on the left side, one's on the right side. And if you have a cart that's full of chargers, you do need to make sure that both of those plugs are plugged in order for student devices to charge. So that's just a quick reminder on that. As far as computers go, students, we are going to be going over some educational lessons, possibly as soon as tomorrow, about some do's and don'ts with your device, how you properly carry that device, how you store that device, what are some things that you should be using it for, what are some things that you shouldn't be using it for. So I'm just going to go over 2 very important broad topics right now that I would hope are common sense, but I want to make sure that you hear it directly from me, your principal. Number 1, that device is now your responsibility, and that means you need to treat it like it's yours. That means that you are carrying it with 2 hands. If you don't have a book bag to put it in, carry it with 2 hands. I should never see a student walking down the hallway with that device open typing or watching or reading or doing anything on that device. When you're walking, it should be just like a textbook. It's either in your hand or in your bag. The other thing I want to make sure that everybody understands, and this was made very clear on that yellow sheet, it's very clear on our handbook, and it's very clear on our district policies on the website, that device is an educational resource. It is not a gaming device. Students should not be watching music videos or playing games unless that has been approved by your teacher. But again, this is an educational device. Teachers will be providing you opportunities to get on Canvas, to watch assigned videos that are relative to their content. But if you have some downtime in one of your classes, you should be working on educational assignments only on that device. And I want to make sure that you hear that from me. Okay, moving on from the computers, two quick announcements. The first one is with our backpacks this year, I know that some students are coming from one class and they're going straight into the cafeteria with their book bag. I want to make sure that everybody understands that you cannot take that book bag up through the lunch line. For obvious reasons, they're bulky and they're big, and we don't want to have anybody having the temptation to put things in their bag. So again, book bags are not allowed into the lunch line. So if you don't want to leave your book bag laying at your chair in the cafeteria, you want to make sure that you stop by your locker before lunch and put it up. Lastly, today is Thursday, and typically here at Belzer we use our Tuesdays and Thursdays for reading time. Last year we called it SSR, which was Silent Sustained Reading. And I think this year we're really going to use more of a guided reading is what we're going to call Tuesdays and Thursdays, because there will be some days where I will just give you free time, 15 minutes of time to read silently anything you want. But we're also going to use this time to really focus on reading. We're going to go over some reading strategies. I'm going to have some articles that I'm going to share with the entire building. We might start, have some discussions in your college prep class that day about main characters or main ideas or, supporting details, and just some of those strategies that building-wide are going to be positive for all students. So guided reading is typically going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and what I would like is for us to be able to start that next Tuesday. So teachers, again, you've got about 10 minutes here if you want to start working on your procedures for those carts, check in and check out. Also, if you've kind of figured out, like you've got that figured out and you don't really need time for that, now would be a great time to talk about your expectations for students as far as bringing a book or an article or something to read on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or maybe even allowing them some time to look through your classroom library to pick something out. So that's it for me. I hope everybody has a great Thursday.